What's up everyone, my name is Alex Costa and today I'm doing a much requested video. I am doing a what's on my iPhone XS video where I'm gonna go over some of these apps that I have here. First of all, let's talk about the phone itself. You know, the iPhone XS came out maybe a few months ago. I should have done it back then, but it's all good. I like to upgrade every year. Maybe I'm a sucker, but honestly, I feel like, you know, with the new camera, the better camera every year, it just sucks me in regardless of what it is, just because I do a lot of Instagram stories and Instagram pictures, and when that's kind of your job, you want to make sure that you're, you know, doing the best you can. Also, I like iPhones over Androids right now, mostly just because I have a MacBook computer, I have an iPad Pro, you know, I have an Apple Watch, so I'm like in this ecosystem that you kind of get sucked into, which is normal. But I did work at Google for years, so I do love Android phones. I've had a lot of Android phones. The Pixel's amazing, so I'm not saying that the iPhone's better by any means. I'm just saying that's what I use right now. I'm gonna talk about most of these apps, not all of them, because I realize I keep getting more and more apps, so I just want to make sure that I'm not like boring you guys, all right? Let's start with Uber, for example, because that's the first one here. Uber is like one of my favorite apps, just because in LA, it's really expensive to park your car and it's honestly cheaper to Uber. And plus, if you're drinking at night, why would you drive, right? So it's like $6 to get anywhere here in LA. It's so cheap, so worth it. So for $12, you get a round trip, you know, to the bar and back. Like, why would I drive anywhere? Next up, let's talk about, you know, obviously Shazam, Clock, Context, Weather, Notes. I use all of those, that's fine. Netflix is one of the apps that I probably use the most on my phone, just because, you know, I like to travel a lot and I have been watching a lot of series and movies on Netflix. I watched the new Narcos series, which I didn't know was gonna be really good, but ended up being amazing. I also watch a lot of comedy specials, so, you know, Joe Rogan and Tom Segura, all those guys, really, really good Netflix specials. I'm going to Thailand tomorrow, so I have a 16-hour flight to Hong Kong and then a couple hours to Phuket, and I wanna make sure that I download a bunch of stuff before my flight, so I have to remember. The Philips Hue lights controls my lights around here, so I can either do it, you know, through the app, or I can just say, hey Google, turn all of my lights blue. So I do it through voice command usually, or I can just do the Philips Hue. All right, let's see if this works. Hey Google, turn all of my lights blue. I see you. That'll work. There you go. There you go. And I know, I'm sorry, I'm not opening some of these apps just because I don't want to show you guys my messages. I don't even know what's in there, so just to be safe. But the WhatsApp I use because when I travel internationally, that seems to be what most people use, you know. And it's funny because here in the US, we use iMessage, which we just use a regular text messaging app. But everywhere else, it's like WhatsApp. Brazil, like my family, you know, they all use WhatsApp, which is very interesting. FaceTime I use a lot as well. Google Maps, of course, Google Home to control my whole house. Calendar, I definitely, I definitely use the calendar, as you guys can see. So like, you know, tomorrow or today actually, because it's past midnight and I'm shooting this late for you guys. Alex in Thailand, Phuket, you know, today's also a holiday here. Shoot what I eat in a day, so I have to shoot that tomorrow. I have a Barry's Bootcamp class, which is this training that I like to do. I have to post a picture of Goodwood, which is an event I went to in London. I have to shoot a luggage picture for my trip. So, you know, I plan all of these out to make sure that I do everything perfectly. I'm very methodical with my stuff. So as you can see, it can seem a little bit too much, but that's what I like doing. And then Tuesday, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna post this picture, I'm gonna do that. So post what's on my iPhone XS video, for example. So I do like to use my calendar to make sure that I'm good. And I use both iCloud calendar with the Apple calendar and the Google calendar, just to make sure that I'm perfectly synchronized on everything and, you know, keeping up with my schedule. Gmail, probably the app that I use the most on my phone and the app that I like the least on my phone. It's work, you know, I love my job, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's like, oh my God, I have to answer this long email, and you know, that can be a little bit boring, right? Instagram, definitely on Instagram a lot. Maybe I should just do this for a second. I wonder what's gonna pop up, but hey. But yeah, this is my Instagram. You guys should definitely go and check me out. I post a lot. This is all my photos from my trip to Geneva, which was incredible, like amazing. I had such a good time there. Loved this trip. I post a lot on stories as well, so you can see me getting a haircut today. You can see me talking about the Patriots, stupid stuff sometimes, important stuff other times. So definitely go check it out. Give me a follow if you like this, you know, hairstyle, travel, fitness, stuff like that. This is what I post on my Instagram. Facebook, which is, don't use it that much. Really the only thing I use it for is for my group, my level up group. So if you go over here, you can check it out. This is my group, and you know, this is where people can go, guys can go mostly, and just show their outfits and talk about their outfits. Like, you know, Clayton just posted this outfit here, and I think it's pretty dope. So you guys can go talk about hair, you know, make sure you get, you know, advice from other guys on what you're rocking, your grooming routine, your, you know, upcoming trips, anything. Like, it's like a safe space that I created for you guys. So if you want to join the Level Up community, it's called, it's going to be listed in the description right below. Twitter is great for sporting events, like the Patriots game today was awesome. So I follow a lot of gaming people just because it's, I used to do a lot of gaming content and I used to work in the gaming industry. But yeah, I don't know. I really like Twitter when there's something happening and you want to see it right then and there, right? Now let's get into one of the most important folders on my phone: YouTube, Audible, Spotify. So YouTube, obviously, I use it all the time. YouTube Studio, I use it to answer your comments. Spotify, I've been listening to a little bit of Logic. I love Logic. Meek Mill, you know, Khalid. Khalid is great. Post Malone, of course. You got XXXTentacion, Mac Miller, unfortunately gone too soon. And then Audible, which I use a lot. I'm going to be reading or listening to a lot of books on my way to Thailand. Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk is very good so far. I'm almost done with it. I only got maybe 4 hours left, it says here. And I've read a bunch of other books. So mostly I use Audible to do self-development books, right? Photos, get to the fun stuff. These are all the apps that I use to edit my photos. Now, actually, no, not all of them. I use Visco, Facetune, Lightroom, and Snapseed. 4 apps. I use all of them for every single photo. Okay, so I go through 4 apps before the final results for my photos. And I could talk about that in a video, but that's like that's a whole video because it takes me between a half hour to an hour per picture. As you can tell, I go through a lot before posting a picture, but I think it's worth it. I love doing it. I am a creative person, so I enjoy the process and I enjoy going through all of that. And I'm like, oh man, this looks so much better than it did before, and that makes me happy. Uber Eats and Eat24, I use those a lot. I love to order food. I don't do it a lot anymore because I've been very strict with my diet lately. Yelp, which I love because every time I travel, I don't know, you know, any places to eat. I can just go on Yelp and like find places to eat, restaurants, bars, coffee, whatever. Very easy. Pinterest, which honestly doesn't get enough credit, guys, because Pinterest is so good. Fashion, hair, you know, fitness, everything. So I think it's a really cool source of inspiration if you're redesigning your house, your apartment, for example, getting new furniture. Amazon, which I do a lot of late night shopping and impulsive shopping on Amazon, and I have to stop. Maybe I should move the app like further back. LifeSum, which I use to track my meals and everything that I'm eating. I did talk about LifeSum recently in one of my videos on how to start a healthy lifestyle in 2019. Very, very good app for you to keep track of everything that you're eating. You know, ExpressVPN, authenticated from Google Apps, Drive, which I use to like share all my files with my editor. He's gonna see this and edit, and we go back and forth, and we make it better, etc., etc. So there's a lot of things that I do on my phone while I'm working, and that's pretty much it. What I have on my phone, besides, of course, you know, phone, messages, camera, etc. Like I use those a ton, but really, what's most important is right here on the home screen of my iPhone. I do swipe left a lot for the news, just to kind of like skim through it, but I'm happy, I'm good. I'm going to Thailand tomorrow, and hopefully you guys are excited too. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below to become part of the YouTube family. Let me know what you guys have on your phone, or like what other apps I should be getting. I don't know if I need more apps. I feel like every day I download something and then I kind of delete something else because you know, you go through that cycle. But let me know. I'd love to hear your apps as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.